It's
So, you know what today is? The 12th of September?
yeah, WoodSquat.
It's not like 9/11. The 12th of September, yeah. 2002.
Took over WoodSquat.
That's right. Took over Woodward's building. 90-day occupation. Now, 10 years later, what do we got?
Some housing.
Celebration for gentrification?
Some housing. Some comfort.
Yeah. Some things are good, some things could be better, right? So today we are starting a 90-day discussion, lively discussion, ideas, generating ideas, what to do next. How happy are we with this? Is this what we wanted? What is it that we didn't get? How come there's still people homeless? And, you know, like the people that live in Woodwards, are they happy living there? That type of thing.
No, well, there's a few of them, all right.
We got a great big atrium.
That's a combination.
Great big atrium, public space where everybody can meet. That was what it was intended for, and it's kind of used like that. You know, people want to use it, so we're using it for that purpose today. So at high noon, that's when the cowboys come out, right? That's when the wood squatters come out of the woodwork. So there's a reunion today at Woodward's at noon in front of W2, the media center. Good spot for it to start, and hopefully lots of people will show up.
Remember when they tore it down?
Yeah, I missed that. I missed the big implosion. I thought I'm working on it. Were you there?
I was there. Everything went pretty dark. Yeah. They took it all in the garbage trucks.
Oh, when they took the squad down. Yes, yeah. I remember
They
seeing
tore
that.
everything down, threw it all in the
Yeah, that's
dumping.
ridiculous.
Hell with it.
There was just a write-up in the LA Times this weekend about the cops doing that in LA, and it went to court, and the judge ruled that no, the cops can't do that, not even if it's unattended. If you got it in a buggy and it's marked saying it's your private property, they can't take it. So that was a Fourth Amendment thing in the States. So the Mainlander has written up an article about that, and let's see now, somebody sent me that link. I think it was Judy Graves, the homeless advocate for the city of Vancouver. And I referred it to Sean Condon and Pivot Legal Society to maybe do a write-up about that, so that don't happen anymore. Because it's still happening, right? Just recently I heard of cops throwing people's private belongings in the garbage truck. And they have a container in front of the cage. I don't know if you know where that is. It's on Columbia Street. There's a big container there. If they find stuff, they're supposed to put it in there so that people can reclaim it. But they're not always doing that. And even putting it in a container is illegal.
No, they put it in a container, you never see it again.
So anyways, we can discuss things like that, and you know, how happy are people living in quote supportive housing that Woodwards is supposed to help you, support you with your life, and is it really doing that, or is it more of a control thing, which is what most people think, you know, they're being too controlled and not really helped too much. So, you know, there's lots of discussion about that. There's people from Renters Union, which is just starting up to organize people in these different kind of buildings and to help them with their problems and get them organized like a union. So, you know, when people first stood up against their employers that gave them appalling conditions to work in and just basically used them for their own good. There's an analogy to that for landlords and people paying rent and not getting what they expect, what they need, what they deserve. So people are getting organized and hopefully have some influence on the structure and the policy of the place that they live in, because it's their home, and the tenants get together and they can say, well, we live here and this is what we're paying rent for and this is what we expect. So you know,
but you're at the $375 a month. I got a phone, bathroom, I cook here if I want.
In Vancouver, that's a pretty good deal. But you know, like it's some of these buildings, they're being assisted. Like the landlord can get way more. You know, if you live in a building where the rent is supplemented, then the government actually pays the rest. So the landlord's laughing. He gets all this money. It's kind of a long interview right now, but anyway, we'll go to Woodwards today. And,
No, I know. Can you hear me now? I just made some
so you were, tell me a little bit, so how did you end up at Woodwards? Or I mean at the WoodSquat?
There, I was living in Langley at the time. I was working out there. And I came down there just for pure support. So I stayed there. It's great.
You actually lived in the WoodSquat. You were one of them. All right. Well, definitely we want you out there.
There was a book wrote on it too.
Yeah. I think there was 40 people or so in there.
40, 50, yeah.
There was, yeah. I don't know. I forget the exact number. I just hang out at WoodSquat. It was too noisy for me. I slept beside the railroad tracks and I just came there to eat and give support. So anyway, yeah, so today we're having a reunion. A lot of people have moved away, but we got about 50 people that are on the list, that are on a discussion on Facebook, and we can have a look at that later because there's free internet at Woodwards. And thanks to W2. And I think Erman's really doing his best there to try and make it accessible for everyone and get lots of interesting things happening there, lots of interesting discussions. I was at Net Tuesday last night. That's been going for a year now. They're getting the basement free of rent for people to get together and talk about social media. So that's one of the things that's going on there. So today I just threw it up on Facebook last week, so we'll see how many people actually show up, because a lot of people are not in town anymore.
Well, I like to see a whole lot, but chances maybe a few missing.
Yeah, I know only of one other person beside myself who was at WoodSquat who's actually going to be there, but hopefully a few more will show up. So. And it's not just for people that were at WoodSquat, it's just, you know, like the intention,
it's a reunion. It's something that we did peacefully.
Yeah.
You know.
And it was something that was necessary.
We still are continuously as being as loyal as possible, you know, without breaking any laws. You know, keeping it peace. So.